Hello, welcome to the Flip Classroom video 2 for topic 3 Basic Algebra. In this topic, we're going to learn how to factorize algebra expressions. Now, let's consider this. We learned in the previous topic on how to do expansion. So, if I give you this, expand 3x plus 2, what would your answer be? Yes, your answer would be 3x plus 6. Let's recap. 3 multiplied to x gives you 3x. And then this 3 will be multiplied to 2, which will give you 6. So this process over here is expansion. Now, what we're going to learn in this topic is a very simple idea where now, instead of 3 multiplied by x plus 2 to give you 3x plus 2, when you expand it, we're going to do the reverse. And this reverse is what we call as the factorization. So in essence, expansion would remove the brackets and factorization would reintroduce the brackets back into the expression. Now we're going to learn how to do this expansion. Now let's consider question A, where we need to factorize the following expressions completely. Now take note of the word. You will see that it is factorize. And the next keyword is completely. Now let's look at the question. We have 3x plus 6. Now we can rewrite 3x plus 6, which is 3 multiplied by x, and for 6 is 3 multiplied by 2. Now let's take a look. We'll be able to see that there's a 3 over here. It's a factor of 3x, and 3 is also a factor of 6. As such, what we can do is to take out this common factor from 3x term and 6. So we're going to take out 3. This process of taking out the common factor is factorization. So 3x, when you take out 3, you're left with x. And for 6, you take out 3, you're left with plus 2. So this is your answer. When you factorize 3x plus 6, you would get 3 bracket x plus 2 close bracket. This is factorization, where you take out the common factor. Okay, now let's take a look at question B. For question B, you're supposed to factorize 3ax plus 5a. Now, I'm going to do extra working just so that you understand what's happening. For 3ax, it can be rewritten as 3 multiplied by a multiplied by x plus 5 multiplied by a. Now, can you identify what is the common factor? Yes, a over here. Therefore, we can say that we're going to factorize out a, leaving you with 3x plus 5. Okay, now let's take a look at question C. For question C, we're supposed to factorize negative 10x minus 25. Now, if you're able to factorize this quickly, it's good. But for now, I'm going to show you the full working so that you understand. Now, for negative 10x, we can rewrite this as negative 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by x. And for minus 25, you can write it as minus 5 times 5. Okay, good. Now very obviously we can see that you have 5 and 5. Yes, so your instincts will tell you that we're just going to factorize out 5 from these two terms, leaving you with minus 2x minus 5. However, this factorization is incomplete. Why? Because let's take a look. There's a negative and there's also a minus. If you look at this carefully, you can rewrite this as minus 2x will be negative 1 times 2 times x, and for minus 5 you can write it as plus negative 1 and 5. Can you see now that actually you could have actually factorized out this negative 1 over here? Therefore, from here we should have factorized out negative 1, 5, and from here you are left with 2x plus 5. If you simplify this, this will be negative 5 times 2x plus 5, close bracket. This would then be the final answer, where it's factorized completely. Okay, now let's take a look at question D. We have 9x squared minus 3ax y squared, and we are supposed to factorize this. Now, what are the common factors that we can see from these two terms? You should be able to see 3, because 9 is 3 times 3, and then over here this has an x squared and this has an x, and we know x squared is x times x. Therefore, we can take out x as well. Now, taking out 3x from 9x squared, we're left with 3x, and factorizing out 3x from negative 3ax y squared, we're left with ay squared. So that is for part D. Let's take a look at question E. 18a minus 54 ay plus 36 a squared z. Now, what is the common factor for these three terms? Yes, you should be able to identify 18, and because there's a and a and a here, therefore common factor of a. Now factorize out 18a from 18a, what are we left with? 1, because 18a divided by 18a is 1, minus 54. What times 18 gives you 54? 3. Factorize out a, you're left with y. Next one, 36. You should write 2. Factorize out a from a squared, a z, and then we are done. Now, last one, f. 2x plus 1 minus ax plus 1. Okay, now observe this is 2 multiplied by x plus 1, and this is minus a multiplied by x plus 1. So very clearly, you should be able to identify that there's a x plus 1 and an x plus 1 over here. Therefore, what is the common factor for these two terms? Yes, you should be able to identify x plus 1 and factorize this out. Now, factorize out x plus 1 from 2 multiplied by x plus 1, you're left with 2. And negative a x plus 1, you factorize out x plus 1, you're left with minus a. And therefore, this would be your final answer. So that is it for question 5.1. Please do question 5.2 before the next lesson. That's all.